So I'm going to give you guys a perfect example of why you should not just take everything that's on the internet and run with it and make exposed videos on people if you don't truly know what they're doing behind the scenes. Because not everything on the internet is true. If you've seen any of my videos, then you know your girl's been going through it, like with people stalking me and hacking my stuff, and the list goes on and on. But you know, basically the gang stalking stuff. Um, and one of these people was a rapper that I used to video chat with all the time. And this person has continually hacked my stuff. Um, and this is a perfect example of why you cannot just believe what you see on the internet. So, this person has been creating accounts with my pictures on them. It's not me. All I have is this YouTube channel. I have some old YouTube channels that I don't post on anymore, that I don't even use anymore. This is the only YouTube channel that I use anymore. I have a Facebook and I have a TikTok. Okay, the TikTok, I post on it little clips like me, like my shorts that are on here. Those I post those on TikTok. And like just like scriptures and stuff like that. And then I will also, or I also have a Facebook. I posted on that at the beginning of the time I got it, but then I stopped posting on it because honestly, like, I've never really been like a big Facebook person, and I just got it because of FaceTime. That's the only reason I got it, because every single time I get a phone number, y'all, and get a cell phone, this person clones my phone and steals my service. So I got tired of buying phones and paying like contracts and all this stuff just to have my service stolen and my stuff hacked. So I stopped doing that and I just got FaceTime. So I downloaded Facebook Messenger and I just use it for FaceTime in case I need to call somebody, which I don't really talk to anybody anyways, but it's just like in for emergencies or whatever. Um, and that's linked on my YouTube, like in my information. But other than that, I don't have any type of social media. um, but I keep finding pages with my pictures on them. Like I found a Snapchat. Oh, I have a Snapchat chat, but that's just for like phone calls too. I don't post anything on it. And it doesn't have my picture on it or anything. It's just like one of the animated things. Those are the only social medias that I have, and two of them are literally just in case I need to call somebody. But I've never called one person on either one of them. They're literally for emergencies. Like I haven't talked to anybody on either one of them. I've talked to my mom on one of them. That's been it. But other than that, I haven't talked to anybody on either one of them. They're just for like emergencies because every time I get a phone, my service gets stolen. Um, so I found a couple of days ago a Snapchat of me, and it was a picture that I took as the profile picture, but it was a picture I took in the phone that I used to have. I never posted it. It wasn't me that created the account. But somehow there's an account on there with a picture of me, and there's like 1,000 followers on there, and I'm not the one running the account. It's probably the dude that continues to hack my stuff, the rapper guy that I talked about in my testimony, because he continues to like get in my stuff for whatever reason. I haven't talked to this dude in like a year and a half, 2 years, maybe something like that. It's been at least a year and a half, and this guy is still doing the witchcraft, still hacking my stuff, still doing all the weird stuff. And I don't like even talk to the dude. It doesn't even make any sense. Um, and he's like, he keeps creating. It's got to be him. I'm sure it's him. Because he's done some of them, and some of these pictures that I took were in the phone that I had when I used to talk to him, which was like a year and a half ago. And he hacked into that phone and he took my pictures. So I also just found, I literally just Googled my name, my first and last name, and I clicked on images and it popped up this website. I don't know what this website is, but it was like casting projects or something. And there was a bunch of pictures of me on there. There was a whole profile saying that I was like an influencer, that I was I used to model, that I used to do commercials and television and movies. Y'all, that none of that's true. Okay, like this is the first YouTube channel that I've like really even like consistently posted on. And I've never done like television commercials, anything like that. I've never done modeling. So like there's no, and there's a button on there to like, it says if you want to talk to me, press this button and message me. So there's no telling how many people on there think they're talking to me, and they're probably talking to this rapper dude that I used to talk to, because that's when I took these pictures. They were in my phone. I didn't send them to him, but he hacked my phone and he took the pictures. And there was like, I think there was two of the pictures of, it was my face that I posted on a TikTok that I used to have that he hacked in and took too. So it's like, we can't just believe everything we see on the internet, y'all, because like this guy's got all kind of pictures of me that were just on my phone, and like some of them are in like short dresses, or like short, I don't remember all the pictures, but they just like, they weren't appropriate like to be posted on the internet, I don't think. And somebody gathered up all these pictures and posted them on the internet and on websites I'd never even heard of. So there's no telling how many more websites there are of me, and it's not me behind the accounts. Again, all I have is a TikTok, this YouTube. I have a Facebook for the Facebook messaging thing, the phone you can use on there, and then, or FaceTime, that's what it's called. And then, sorry, I don't ever use it. See, I'm forgetting what it's called because I don't even ever use it. And then I have one Snapchat that does not have a picture of me. It's like a AI emoji thing, whatever, like the little avatars you create when you create the account. That's what mine has. It doesn't have a picture of me, but there's another account that does have a picture of me, and it's like me in like a half shirt. And like, y'all, like, you can even tell it's an old picture because my hair was like up to here in the picture. Like, this is how much my hair has grown since I talked to this dude. My hair was like, okay, where my fingers at, my hair was like that short when I was talking to this guy, and this is how much my hair has grown. It's literally been like a year and a half at least. I would say probably longer, but it's at least been a year and a half since I've talked to this guy. But like, that just goes to show you, it's like, you can't just believe everything you see, because yes, did I take those pictures? Yes, I did. They were taken on my personal phone that I took. And you know, girls just take pictures of themselves. I wasn't posting them on anything. There was two, like I said, that were just my face, and I posted them on the old TikTok I used to have, but the other ones I didn't post. And this guy hacked my phone. He took my pictures, and he has created these pages. I don't even know what casting project or whatever it's called. I don't even know what that is. It's some sort of like agency website. But again, it's not me on there. It's not me behind the account. But it looks like it. It looks like it's me. It's my pictures. But again, you can tell how old the pictures are because my hair was so short in those pictures. I used to have really short hair. And that was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And since then, my hair's grown out. So you can tell these like aren't super recent pictures. But it's like, you know, a lot of times we see things on the internet and we just run with it, and we run to expose people without knowing if it's like true or false. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with exposing people if it's like legit people that are doing bad things, but like somebody like me, like, listen, I'm not saying anybody's made a video about me. It's not that. I'm just using myself as an example of, I've given my life to God. Like, I would never post half naked pictures of myself on the internet. And I just think that's disrespectful to God. Like, I wear tank tops in some of my videos just because honestly, y'all, I haven't bought clothes in like 7 years. But, and it's where I live, it's extremely hot. But I mean, I try my best to like be covered up where you can't see anything. Like, I would never post half naked pictures of myself. And it's like, I keep finding website after website with my pictures that were from a while ago that I didn't even post. I just took on my personal phone, and somehow they're on the internet. And like, there's no telling how many people think they're talking to me, but I can assure you, if you see this video and you're talking to me on a website, you're not talking to me, because on my TikTok, I've never messaged one person back. And it's not to be rude, it's just that, like, you know, I'm about my Father's business. I'm here to serve the Lord. And I appreciate everybody that supports me on the app and stuff, but you know, a lot of people are out to scam you, and it's just, I've been screwed over a lot, y'all. Like, I have been, because I have such a good heart, and like, I used to be one of those people that would respond to everybody and when they would message me, and that really messed me up because I responded to the wrong person, and that is the guy that I met that continues to come for me. Um, through witchcraft and hacking my stuff, and I mean, there's multiple people that are doing it at this point, but he was one of the ones that came in my life to do that, and I met him on TikTok. And like, was talked to this guy for like, we talked for like a year and a half, and you know, I regret it so much because this guy just continues to try to destroy my life for absolutely no reason. Like, I've gone over in my testimony video, like, the things that went down. So if you want to watch that, you can, and you'll understand more about what I'm talking about. But I've just realized, like, there's a lot of people that don't have good intentions on the internet. So that is why I don't respond to people then when they message me on TikTok, because I've been scammed so many times, and like, God's put it in my heart, just, you can't respond to everybody. It just is what it is. I respond to everybody in the comments. Like, I'll respond to the people that leave comments on my TikTok videos, or I'll like their comment, or same with YouTube. Like, I'll respond to the people on YouTube because, like, I appreciate everybody that's a part of helping my channels grow. Like, I appreciate everybody so much. And if the world wasn't so sketchy and so shady, and there wasn't so many scammers on the internet, I would reply to messages, you know, and if somebody needed help with something or whatever. But most of the time, people don't want your help. They are trying to scam you, and I learned that the hard way too many times. So I just stopped responding. And since I have opened up a new TikTok account, I've not responded to one person on messages. So if you think you're talking to me on an app, I can assure you you're not. If you find me on a website and you see some unchristian pictures, yes, I took the pictures. No, I did not post them. Somebody hacked my phone and they took them. And this is a perfect example of why you cannot just believe what you see on the internet. Because if most people saw the website I was talking about, or the pictures I was talking about, they would think, like, there's no way I'm really a child of God, because any real child of God is not going to post this type of pictures on the internet. But anybody that really knows me in real life is going to know that I would never post those on the internet, and they would already know, like, that what went down in my life and why this keeps happening. But again, you can tell they're very old pictures because my hair was so short. Like, you can tell, like, a huge difference in the length of my hair. And this is my real hair. So it's like, my hair was like, my hair was like this short in those pictures. So, I mean, that's the one thing you can tell. Like, obviously, I'm telling the truth because my hair was so short. But it's just the fact that, you know, how many people this is done to, and like, people just, instead of even reaching out to these people or knowing anything about these people, they just make exposed videos and make the world like think they're a certain type of way, and when in reality you don't know this person. And that's why, you know, I pulled my exposed videos down, because again, if God tells you to expose somebody, I'm all for that. Like, we got to be obedient to God. If God told me to expose somebody tomorrow, I would do it because I'm going to be obedient to God. But like, I feel like sometimes people just jump to expose videos, and like, it's not, I just feel like sometimes it's not that a person's living a double life. Maybe they're being set up, like I've been. There's certain people that have tried to make me look a certain type of way for a long time, and because they can't find anything in my real life to make me look that way, because I'm not that way. I am what you see is what you get. And that's the thing about me. I'm no different off camera than I am on camera. Like, I couldn't be fake if I wanted to, y'all. Like, that's just not who I am. That's not who God created me to be. There's not a fake bone in my body. Like, that is, like, I keep it too real, I think, sometimes, and maybe share too much sometimes. Like, because I don't know how to hide things. I don't know how to be fake. It's just never been who I am. But again, if you saw this stuff on the internet that I found recently, You wouldn't believe me. You would think I'm like somebody living a double life. And like, if you didn't know me, you would believe what you were seeing on the internet. And so I just think, I don't know, I think we need to be more careful about just like jumping to conclusions about people if we don't know them. Now, if we know they're being shady, if we know they're living double lives, if we know they're pretending to serve the Lord and then they're out here doing all this shady stuff, okay, whatever, I get that. Like, that's not acceptable, like, as a child of God. And if somebody's not willing to stop living for the world and they're trying to live a double life, then yeah, God's eventually going to expose them. But somebody like me that's literally not doing this and somebody else has taken old pictures of me and continues to make websites and people think that it's me, that's the messed up part. Is like, if you don't know that person in real life, then you don't know. You don't know. And all you're going off of is what you see on the internet. And that's why we've got to be careful, y'all. I pulled down my exposed videos because, listen, I still feel the way I feel about Freemasonry. I always will. It's a false deception from Satan. And I will continue. If God tells me to expose it, I'll continue to expose it. If somebody asks me questions about it, I will continue to tell them the truth about it, because that is a deception from the enemy and it's deceiving a lot of people, men and women, because they have the Eastern Stars for women, they have the Masons for men. And so it's deceiving a lot of people and they don't understand it. So yes, I will continue to be an advocate that Masonry is bad. It's a deception from the enemy and it's leading people to hell. But as far as all my exposed videos, I pulled them down because, listen, you don't know what's on the internet, what's real and what's not. You don't know what people decided to give their life to God and now they're being made to look a certain type of way. You don't know that. If you don't know somebody in real life and you don't know their heart, you don't know their true intentions, then we should leave it in God's hands and we should let God deal with that person instead of just going off of our feelings and, saying what we think's going on, but we don't really know it to be true. And, there's so many, especially like celebrities out there. There's so many celebrities out there that, some of them have changed their ways. Some of them have gave their life to God, but the media makes them look like pure demons. Like, the media makes them look like they are something they're not. And you don't know this person in real life. You're going on what the internet is telling you. And we've got to like think for ourselves and not just go off what the internet is saying, because the internet is full of lies. The internet is full of evil people doing evil things to discredit the true people that are walking with God, to discredit the people that have turned from sin and are walking with God. You could have a bunch of people that used to be witches and warlocks, but what if they changed their life and they gave their life to God and they really did give their life to God? Then we should be supporting that. But most people are finding old videos of people and they're crucifying them and they're like, this person's a witch or warlock. And yeah, maybe they used to be, but what if God changed their heart and they're not anymore? And instead of you leading with love, you're pushing them the other way and they don't want anything to do with Christians, because you're judging them based off what you've seen on the internet, but you don't know them in real life. You don't know if it's true or not. And that's why we've got to be very careful with judging people. Like, God is the judge. If God shows us and reveals us the truth about somebody, and we know for a fact God's telling us to expose this person, then I'm all for that. But I think a lot of times we are doing this based on our feelings. And look, God loves these people too. Even if they haven't repented yet, even if they haven't turned from sin yet, God loves these people too. And I don't know. I just feel like we need to lead with love. I feel like we need to show more love and more compassion and try to lead people to God, and not just judge people so it leads them away from God. Because I know, me being a Christian, listen, most Christians don't like me. They judge me. They don't like me. I don't really have any Christian friends. I know one Christian person, and that's my mom. And she got saved later on in life and now she's devoted to God. But it's like, most Christians don't like me and they judge me. And that's a common theme throughout churches. And it's sad. We should be more about loving each other and leading the lost to Christ and trying to help each other and empower each other and lift each other up than we should just wanting to condemn each other. And that's how I feel. Again, if God has called you to expose something, that's different. Then we have to be obedient to God. But a lot of times we're exposing things based on our feelings when we don't actually know the truth. We know what we're seeing on the internet. And we just gotta, I think we gotta do better as the body of Christ. We gotta do better when it comes to loving other Christians and even loving people that are not Christian that we're trying to lead to God. Like we can't just be so quick to just judge everybody based off our feelings. Like we should be, if we think somebody is not right with God, or we think somebody's trying to deceive, maybe we should go on a fast for that person, and maybe we should pray about that. Maybe we should spend some time with God and let God lead us on what we should do based on just, condemning people. That's just my 2 cents. I get a lot of people probably aren't going to agree with me, but you know, I'm prime example that I am completely devoted to God. I don't, I'm nowhere near the person I used to be. But there's still websites being put up that look like they're me. And, people would judge me if they saw them, and they would be like, she's not a real Christian, but it's not me behind the accounts. And you don't know how many of these other people, especially famous people, that they're not behind the stuff that's being put out or portrayed about them. But because the media controls everything, it looks like they are what they're being portrayed to look like. And I don't know. I guess I can only speak for myself, but me as a Christian, I want to do better, and I want to lead with love, and I want to lead people to God and not condemn everybody I see without even knowing these people. Like, there's so many people that, yeah, the internet says is evil and bad, but do you know that to be true in person? Do you know this person in real life? Because 9 times out of 10, the answer is going to be no, and you're just going off what you see on the internet, and you're going off your feelings. And we got to do better than that, because the internet is very fake. Most of the internet is fake. Let's be real here. Most of the internet is fake. This world thrives off fake. Like, it just does. But all right, I love y'all. I'll see you on the next video. Have a blessed day. Bye.